This video is brought to you by Straightgoods News, Canada's alternative online news source. Visit Straightgoods.ca.
And I think that it's very, very important that we recognize the fact that the governments of Canada have known for a very long time, that we have an aging demographic and that needs to be addressed. So we need a comprehensive strategy and not the kind of fear-mongering that we're hearing from this government. What we have at this point in time is an attack on the poorest seniors in the country. It's time for the government to back down from the wrong-headed moves that they're anticipating. It's undermining the old age security that this government is supposed to protect. As Seniors Critic, I've heard from seniors all across the country. They're outraged, they're insulted, but I think the main point is that they're terrified. They're very frightened about what the future holds. These are seniors with disabilities who cannot work, and they're concerned about how on earth they're ever going to pay bills. We heard from seniors living in rural Canada where unemployment is very, very high, and they wonder how on earth they're ever going to find and compete for the few jobs that are out there. And we've heard from seniors in cities wondering how they can afford to stay in their own homes. I think the salient point is that OAS is money that's not saved. It's money that's spent in the community. It's spent on the daily necessities of life, and people rely on this money to survive. Yes, we need to address the issue of the aging population. Of course we do. But as I said initially, we've seen it coming for years. But we can't do this on the backs of the poorest people in this country, the poorest seniors. We can find savings in all kinds of places by making investments in services such as pharmacare, home care, and we can also find savings in some of the projects that the Conservatives seem to be so bent on, prisons and jet planes. There are all kinds of savings to be had from the $2 billion that the federal government now gives to oil companies. And as my colleague Mr. Julian pointed out just yesterday, that would be enough to provide checks for 308,000 Canadian seniors. So there are indeed choices. This government is refusing to make the right choices.